Twinsies.
Well, it's something to consider, mayhaps. But anyways, we're getting into a brand new best of 3. This is going to be the semifinals of the Corsair Cup. And once again, guys, Corsair giving us money for one of these tournaments every single week is awesome and good. And if you guys haven't, please do us a favor. Scroll down on the Twitch page. Click on those links. They link directly in a referral to let Corsair know you came from us and that them advertising with us is worth their while. But I have to actually wear sunglasses now. It's so fucking bright outside. The sun glaring into my room is blinding me. So spotting here in the bottom left side of Arena, he doesn't go for the pool timing of his opponent, but it is going to be the yellow Zerg, a laser.
The top left as the blue Zerg, well, light blue, it is Tefl. Okay, well, this is Arena, so I didn't see an early pool, but we also have someone going for gas and someone not going for gas, which is what's most interesting about Arena, is that it can actually have different games. It's something that Blizzard actually intended and is happening in a lot of matchups. You know, you have more tank pushes with Terran, you have more early pools with Zerg, and more gasless defenses with Zerg as well. Oh, a laser. Oh, I don't know about that. Oh, it's questionable. Okay, so this is interesting. So the gasless defense really works as you can have queens, and if you're just defending 2 points, you know, your main ramp and your natural ramp, then it doesn't look that difficult, of course, controlled properly. But to defend a 3rd point with a 3rd hatchery against someone who did in fact go gas, like Tefl did not go gasless as well, I gotta imagine it's gonna be really hard. I don't know if Tefl's or Laser's gonna be able to defend. Huh.
Well, I guess one of the nice things about Arena that we constantly actually end up seeing nowadays is people have been breaking down these rocks more frequently. Because a lot of instances are really like you could be the underdog in a fight. You've got less units, but you've got that extra queen to finish advantage. The choke works for you. But we'll see if anyone actually breaks down the rocks right away. Obviously, initially when it's just a couple of lings here and there, it's not a necessity, but we also don't have that, who was it, TLO? I can't remember who. Someone's doing Spinecrawler blocks on this ramp as well, which were kind of cool to see.
Oh, yeah. A couple different Zergs. Wow, we actually have a super celebrity in our chat, Rifkin.
Yeah, and he's been really fucking mean to me, so whatever. Who cares about the Total Biscuit guy, whatever. We also have a massively generous donation coming in, too, from Baby Kicker. First off, a great name, 325. $50. Red like the color of the blood that the stains Rifkin. Aww. You almost had me with like how great that name was, and you ruined it with a vampire joke. I guess blood technically sustains us all, though. We couldn't live without it.
Okay. So something is happening in this game. A laser, he went for the 3rd hatchery, but you know, I thought he was gonna try and defend against it, like, you know, it's greedy. But he just sent his queens across the map. He sent all of his slowlings across the map. He's just all linning off of 3 bases with slow lings, which hasn't been.
It's like, working with numbers. Like, look at this.
This is something we saw in the beginning of Legacy of the Void. You know, it's been a while since I've seen a 3-base slow ling all in ZVZ. And it's kind of working.
It is. I mean, the numbers game of it really is. Speed only gives you an advantage if you've got units to surround with, right? But if you can't get a surround because your opponent has like 400 slow lings, it doesn't really matter. The queen snipe off the other queen. This is like regicide going on like crazy right now as these lings continue to fight. Now, they are still nowhere close to speed, but their numbers are staggering. 2 more queens join the front line. Overlords are going to start going down. That's going to start supply blocking Tefl.
Tefl's so dead. His army supply is nowhere.
Oh my god.
Here, a laser. It's slow roaches coming out against slow lings, so it's going to be an odd, very slow surround. But I think it's enough, and I think Tefl, the reason he's not tapping out, you know, this was speedlings, he'd already be tapped out. Not just because, you know, speedlings are even more powerful, but just because, like, it's more expected as well. Like, this was kind of a... I can't believe it was lost at that, but it does happen. I said that we haven't seen it in a while because we just haven't, but 3 hatch was experimented as like the norm even back when Legacy of the Void first came out, and then you would have people that would just flood lings with it.
Impressive for different reasons.
Interesting.
I really like, because it's the first time we've actually seen that work. We know that Tefl and a laser are both good players, so that wasn't like trolling a bronze league or anything like that, right? Like that was like a legit strat here in the semi-finals. We had another donation coming in, by the way, $14 from T-Wave. Not T-Wave, I got it this time. And it says, song/band reference Challenger. Don't fear the Reaper. Blue Oyster Cult. Blue hair. All right, I'm gonna bust out the calculator soon, man. We're getting like really weird numbers. 27 plus 14. fuck? I am gonna bust out the calculator. I can't do that in my head. Thank you, Canadian school system.
Well, thank you to everyone who's donated so far. I hope I look gorgeous in what's winning now? Is White still winning?
White's probably still winning because, well, Blue just took 41, actually, so maybe not. But the 50 to Red, that's right. Baby Kicker kicked it up a notch to 75 on Red.
Oh.
So, yeah, Red and the Blue. Okay, so I didn't miss anything. Cool. But all right, we are going to get into game 2, which is Prey on Terraces. Interesting.
Tefl's choice. And I don't know if we'll see a slow Ling all in again. I feel like that is one, you know, its ability to throw out once every blue moon and it works. But I don't know.
I would love to see something, again, unconventional. It's what spices ZVZ up. Anyways, Prey on Terraces. We'll see you guys in a sec. All right, ladies and gentlemen. All right, game number 2 in this best of 3 for the semifinals currently underway. And it looks like we had a bit of a pause, but it wasn't for more than a second, so not a big deal. Spawning in the bottom right side of Prey on Terraces, we've got that light blue Zerg. Playing for Dignitas, it's Tefl.
The top left as the yellow Zerg, it is a laser.
Thank you to Darren MB41 as well as Cartman State for the resubs, guys. Excellent folks that you may be. Tefl does go cool first, and if it weren't for that last game, I wouldn't be questioning like what could this possibly be for. Like, what I really enjoy out of how that game went, again, like there's the unconventional aspect of it, I guess you could say, but it's more to the point of just seeing him. That is, again, one of those small instances in StarCraft 2 where you see someone really take advantage of the map. A big part of why that worked was slow Lings and slow as fuck Queens off a creep didn't have that far to go to get to your opponent's base. I don't think you could pull that off on Prey on Terraces. I mean, we've seen Roaches pulled with Queens, or Queens pulled with Roaches, excuse me, on this map and such, but that's a whole nother can of worms. Like, that worked timing-wise on Arena because it caught Tefl, or sorry, a laser off guard before anything important was in play.
Yeah. Definitely agree. Maybe another map could have been like maybe Frozen Temple, but even then, like Arena is the shortest one we're gonna have. Slowing all in could work without Queens, but to the same effect, they are still slow, and it would have to be total surprise, which it was last game. Like Tefl, he had things to deal with it, and he could have had even better things to deal with it, right? Like the one thing he was missing from his defense was not like the fact that he had to defend a third base and a fourth base and you know whatnot. It was that he went for Roaches as opposed to Banelings. And the Roaches were late as well. Like maybe if they were out super early, they would have done fine. But a Baneling or two takes out the Lings really quickly because a laser can't really micro with them. And then the Queens are hopefully dealt with a Ling surround of the Roaches that were coming out. But that just wouldn't happen. So if a laser had gone for a stupidly early third again on this map, I think Tefl would definitely be more on guard against an attack like that. But then again, it is Prey on Terraces, and a really quick third base, I think, would in this map specifically have been to try and be greedy, because that's also a gold. As Tefl takes one now. It's not stupidly quick, but appropriately so, as he sees what his opponent's doing. They actually both see what they're doing, really. They have Overlords scouting, Slowlings chasing each other. Alaze's going to go for a Baneling nest, but Tefl's going to go quickly into Roaches again.
Right, and what I find interesting about the way this will work is, okay, Alaze maybe makes some Banelings, maybe they're just defensive, but if he does actually want to commit to any, Roaches will usually deal with that pretty easily. Well, Roaches will struggle against are massive amounts of Lings, but we'll see if that's the direction this goes.
Oh my god.
The really nice thing is gold bases really let you, whether it's Roaches or Lings, get a lot of anything. Riamar.
Jesus.
He really wants your hair to go white, girl.
Yeah. Okay.
$45.28 coming generously from Riamar as he says, no, white. So, by the way, before I add this up on it, people are making fun of me for busting out the calculator. But here's the thing, guys. I'd rather be accurate and have you make fun of me than be completely wrong. And some people were trying to call it saying the red was added incorrectly, but there was $10 from earlier. I also didn't add into that, so that was factored in as well. I try to be fairly accurate with these numbers, guys.
So we have this little Ling push from Tefl, but it's going to obviously have trouble dealing with Banelings. It's Tefl's of his own. In fact, I guess it ran into a back...
Yeah, I didn't realize there was one in the middle of the map, and neither did he.
Yeah, so but the follow-up push of the roaches and the lings is where it gets a little bit more questionable. Of course, Tefl has to be careful with his lings. He can't just run them into a baneling. They are important fodder for a push like this. But a laser, I think, recognizing what's going on, so that his scouting is that his overlords is getting a roach warren at a very appropriate time to start producing his own, because he can't just rely on lings, for all of ZVZ, even if they're upgraded, which obviously in this case they aren't. So a laser is, I guess he's also sneaking in some drones though too, and okay, maybe he doesn't. Maybe he just figures the game's gonna go on like a normal ZVZ. But actually, Tefl is building nothing but units.
Right.
And
I mean, this is dialing up to be that all in, and he's already up like 30 army supply. This is something not easily leveled out by banelings. I mean, in some instances, you're like, oh, my opponent's got like 100 lings, but 4 or 5 good banelings can really change that game. That's not the situation here. Now, he's going to have to use his own lings to defend initially, but the roaches just start waddling across the map now. They're going to have no contest. Nice choice for Elazer to try and bait a fight where his lack of numbers would go for him, but unfortunately, as we see, still doesn't end up working. And Tefl is, in fact, moving across the map with his other units. By the way, $10 donation coming in from Shira Shadi went to my account. Says purple, unless Zombie isn't willing to be this to be an option, and in that case, blue. P.S. Thanks for the constant content. P.P.S. Bribe Neeb to play, Kappa. Oh man, I would love to have Neeb start playing more of her stuff. But anyways, the fight does commence, and it's worth noting, Elazer did manage to bring his own army supply up, but a lot of that's in production. So this fight at the third's not going so hot. Queens are buying a lot of time, but drones start dying. Queens are finally going down, and I don't think Elazer's going to I don't think Defender's Advantage is going to be enough in this scenario.
Doesn't look like it. I mean, already breaking through the natural, it's a pretty bad sign. It's not that a laser wouldn't have an army in 1 or 2 minutes, as his economy was starting to really boom here, but that's why Tefl did what he did. It just, I think it was scouting misinformation from a laser here, and he's certainly paid the price in drones and probably the game, as his army is just not quite holding up, and Tefl's still flooding with lings.
Yeah, and I had mislabeled the score guys because I had swapped their colors around after the game got going, so it might have only been in the last 10 seconds, but the score got fixed. So, congratulations to Tefl as he takes game number 2, and this will take us to a third and final match here in a moment. Gonna go to a small break before we do. I also am on the wrong screen, so all this good stuff happening. We'll see you guys in 2 minutes. No, that's the wrong scene as well. Why am I falling apart right now? All right, 2 minutes. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're back, and I've added, Zombie has allowed it. We had that Shira Shadi donated $10 for the right in submission of purple. And we've added purple now as per the request. So I still can't imagine, though. It's like left side versus right side. I just want to point out here, by the way, we've had this happen before. Rifkin versus Zombie Grub. And all the hair color on my side of the screen is losing. But all the color on your side of the screen is like 80, 75, no big deal. Anyways, Dustar's intro, and then you can tell people what the chat idea you're going with. We'll see you guys soon. All right, we're back, and scores can't be wrong this time, as it is tied up 1-1, so it doesn't matter how I've showed it on the overlay. It is game number 3 for the semifinals. Winner of this will go into the finals of this week's Corsair Cup. Spawning on the bottom left side of Dusk Towers, though, it's going to be the Yellow Zerg player, True Esports Elazer. Poland hype!
In the top right, as the Teal Zerg, it is Dignitas's Tefl.
Oh, yeah, isn't Tefl also Polish? He is. That's right. Rifkin's memory and ability to Google is excellent. So this is actually a Poland versus Poland match. Bottom side of the brackets, though, I'm a little bit surprised by this result, if we're going to be honest. TLO was defeated by Zhuge Liang. Zhuge Liang? I'm never ever going to say that guy's name right. But what I find really astounding about that is not that he's a bad player, but Zhuge Liang is just a player we also haven't seen play in anything for a while. So that's kind of interesting for him to just kind of come out and be like, bam, bam, boom, my ZVZ's top notch.
Yeah, maybe just has like a, I don't know, very aggressive style that's eventually overcame TLO. I'm not sure, but congratulations to him. Now, this doesn't mean that it's pure ZVZ. No,
Nope,
Keen one.
Yeah, Keen is
Keen one.
still.
Keen.
The fact that Keen 2-0'd Guru is actually really promising. Keen,
Yeah.
questionable in some instances, but looking good today. Eider, by the way, congratulations on your 12-month, the 1-year anniversary spent with Base Trade TV. You're now eligible for part 2, so send us a message on Twitch. I'll send you a form to fill out and get that going ASAP. Again, I mentioned it earlier, but just the quick PSA for those tuning in is I'm still going to wait a day or two on these envelopes, which should have been here yesterday. I give it a day or two for shipping, and if they're still not here, I will suck it up and just go buy the really expensive ones, because those are sadly the only option if I buy locally, and we'll get them going ASAP. So basically, if you're not in the United States, if you're anywhere else in the world, you've probably had your part 2 delayed to be sent out just because I ran out of packaging for it, and I've been waiting for new shipments.
Well, this is going to be a pretty passive game, it looks like. It's Dusk Towers. A laser, messaged me and said that he wanted a safe map, or like that's why he specifically chose this. So it's going to be a little bit of a wait. I guess Scout went down. That's the only notable thing that's happened. Oh, my laser goes for a lair. But yeah, I was trying to come up with this cool idea where I would change my chat color, my name compared to what is winning right now, like purple, red, white, or whatever. But I can't get white. Like,
Can you just get like really, really, really light pink or something?
Maybe light
So that's
pink. Well, the
blue-
problem was I've been trying to get to light colors. Like I was like, okay, what about light yellow? And then I realized it still looks like it would be in favor of blonde. So I'm just like gray is white. Okay, like deal with it.
That's the closest you'll get. Well, I'm sure people will know. Lair comes up pretty quickly out of a laser, by the way. Question is, will this be for Mutas? I mean, it's Dust Towers. He wanted a safe map. Everything points towards Mutas.
Yeah. Well, it's still a map where you're going to feel safer than those shorter maps or ones that have gold bases to really accelerate your pushes. So getting to Mutas is still like the safer option on a map like this, even though there are safer ways to do it still, like going for Roaches initially and then Spire. Going for this 2-base Spire, I mean, it does kind of, come and kill me before I can actually get there, but it is also so quick that Tefl, despite getting what was initially a very good scout, like he was all throughout that base, was unable to see the lair and is only just now seeing like, okay, that third is pretty darn late. And as such, with his own late Roach Warren and his lair being so late, it's like he's not going to have that timing push. So he's going to deal with Mutas.
New sub alert, new sub alert, new sub alert, brand new sub hype coming in from Arazero. Thank you very much for subscribing to the channel, being our first new sub of the day.
Hello.
Canceling a Baneling. Intriguing. Why?
Just one.
I know that's right. Like, it's the scout, I guess, but he's already sending one out, so I don't know. He's gonna see the third base down, but he can't really get further up that ramp. Not only are the queens here, but the spine crawl will also help defend. Elazer really doesn't want Tefl to know that he's going for Mutas, because the one thing that I think he's most afraid of is Tefl pushing early. And Tefl is, for the most part, if we're gonna be honest, a bit of a passive player when it doesn't come to things like responding to aggression. Like, if he sees Banelings and Zerglings are coming his way, he'll get right on that defense and push back type thing. We saw a little bit of an example of something different last game, of course, but just generally speaking, when we've seen him play, he's not the guy to rush in and try and hit you before that Spire's done unless he knows that's going to be the case. So he doesn't have that many Roaches. He is investing in Hydras. I'm not sure if this is going to be towards that Lurker Den right away or not, but the Hydras will certainly benefit him here for anti-air purposes.
Oh, yeah. They are going to be that initial quick defense. Queens can do okay if the creep spread. Yeah, he's confirmed with this kill in the Overlord. The Queens do alright with, especially if they have creep spread, but Hydras are really going to be able to, well, of course, eventually push out as well, unless you get a Nidus Worm. So, but with that said, like, he does look pretty set up. Like, I think he had an idea that it was going to be Mutas, just that confirmation just went down. So he has Spore Crawlers. He might want to put maybe 1 or 2 more down, because again, you aren't ever quite sure if they're going to continue to commit to Mutas, and you don't want to be caught against 25 Mutas with those Spore Crawler covering one side of your hatchery.
It's like the lesser of two evils, because at the same time, you also don't want to have to invest in 5 or 7 extra Spore Crawlers, period. Even if they are going more Mutas, it's not always the best thing to do. So is peace of mind worth it? It's worth noting Elazer is still investing in Mutas, by the way, and having seen Hydralisk, he's going to go for his own Banelings. They certainly are good at clearing out Hydras.
Yeah, so there's so many choices to make beyond the initial Mutalisk. The Lurkers, Ultralisk, for a quick Hive or even quick Broodlord, some transfer over into your own roaches, or the Baneling option, which I always find myself like the most surprised if I ever play CBC, which is a terrible matchup when I hate it. Is that like you think you're all well and good and you have an appropriate amount of Hydras. Hell, you might even have Infestors by the time they're ready to go with changeable hooks. But your 1 or 2 fungals miss, or they're not the greatest, and you still get overrun because you're really not putting a lot of money into roaches right now. Because what are roaches going to help you right now with? But eventually, you do need to get to that perfect army as the defending player: Roach, Hydra, Infestor with appropriate layers. That's the word. Layers of the units. Don't put the Hydras first, type of deal. And well, I don't think Tefl's going to have any knowledge of what's really going on. He does know that more mutas have been added on, which is
important.
It is, but it's still not like an insane amount. It's 21, which is pretty damn good, and it's going to continue going up, but it's still something you can deal with just the Hydras. I am honestly a little surprised to see an infestation yet.
I want to point out, by the way, how much better a laser's income has been through all of this. By the way, you look at that income graph, like, Jesus. That is a little bit scaled, we'll say. The muta's going to try and shut down some extractors, kind of free damage. Never a bad thing. Get some drone kills with it. Yeah. The Hydras are a little bit alarming, though. It doesn't want to fight directly on top of these, so continue to just fly around. Oh, catch these 4 in the middle. That's free. Those are free kills right there.
Yeah, almost. This is a muta for it. I don't know why... Okay, so Tefl actually sent on his roaches, and he's actually moving out. This is weird. So there's a certain point where you're just like, with anyone, Terran, Zerg, Protoss, where if someone's going mutas against you, you just say fuck it and you move out. But usually you want to do this in ZVZ with Infestors.
Yeah, you know what? He's maybe not realizing either that there's going to be a bunch of Banelings behind this, because Banelings with speed are going to have no problem dealing with those Hydras. They're the only force that scares these mutas. The second those Banelings collide, even if they're not good collisions, like the mutas will clean up what little is left. So here we go. Baneling's going to roll in. Surprise, surprise, mother trucker.
Yeah. Now, there are Banelings, so they're going down as well as killing really important units, but it's that snowball effect is too real, and Tefl, I guess he just figured he had a terrible first initial defense and figured the game was going to go poorly, so he just kind of all in, but oh well.
It was everything he had going for him. Tefl will still get some money for his troubles, though. Let's not forget, Corsair Cup plays out to 4th place prizing, so congratulations to him. At least he made it to the money. Laser will move on to the finals. Not so surprising there. And then now we'll cast Keen versus Zhuge Liang. It's going to be a TVZ. Thank God. So we'll see you guys here in a couple minutes when we get the lobby set up. We'll be going back to Arena for the first map, and we'll see you shortly.